Welcome Exiles, I'm coming at you today with a couple of updates and a really cool showcase of my current hardcore SSF character. Firstly, the cool stuff of course, I would like to showcase what I'm playing in hardcore SSF. I'm just about to finish Act 4 and I'm absolutely blown away by the power of this build. You might have seen this going around recently and it is the Spectre weapon swap tech. Massive shout out to Oscrix, the minion god. Go watch all of his videos, link to his channel below. I have never quite seen this sort of damage on a fresh start environment in hardcore SSF, and if that wasn't enough, the Lich Ascendancy paired with Mind Over Matter and Energy Shield makes this build just a pure tanky annihilator, and it is awesome. I have seen some opinions going around regarding this Spectre weapon swap tech, saying it shouldn't be in the game, that it ruins the fantasy and that it's not a real build, and I couldn't disagree more. In my opinion, this is so unique and awesome. It is exactly the sort of thing that should exist in Path of Exile, and I guarantee that there is nothing even remotely close to this build archetype in any other ARPG out there. The cleverness and once again the uniqueness of this build and how it came to be is to me the essence of build making, and I really hope it stays in the game forever. Regarding the balance of it, however, is a different topic and should probably be visited and adjusted, but I'll leave that to the experts. In the most recent patch they actually did nerf this build, but regarding a different Spectre, the Bogfeld Commoner, and that version is pretty much dead, but they did intentionally leave the lingering weapon swap minions mechanic, which means they are definitely aware of this archetype and decided to not completely ruin it, which gives me hope. I'll briefly talk you through how this build works, and to be completely honest, I don't even fully understand it, but it works and it is sick. Once again, check out Oscrix for more information. But essentially you bind two Spectres, one being the rare version of a Deathknight that can be found in Act 1 Cemetery or Ramparts, and it has to be specifically the rare version because it has a different moveset from the other ones. And the other Spectre is an abyssal monster, the Lost Men Zealot, that can be found in the Lightless Passage. This one can just be a normal version. Then you want to have a scepter on both weapon sets, and this is where the tech comes into play. You want to be in weapon set 2 to start with, then allocate the maximum number of the Spectre that you care less about with this plus here. In this case that's the Zealot. Then open this panel for more information, and at the bottom right where you can add or remove the Zealot in both weapon sets, you want to minus it until 0 on weapon set 2, then go to the other Spectre, the one you care more about, in this case the Deathknight, and max it out with this plus here. Then you want to weapon swap into weapon 1 and minus just one Zealot from here with this minus, and that's it, it's all set up correctly. You should have one Spectre be grayed out and one active in weapon set 1, and the opposite for weapon set 2. So now in my case on weapon set 1 I have 2 active Deathknights, and in weapon set 2, 2 active Zealots. Now you must have the last gasp support gem linked with the Zealot for all this to come together, and this makes it so that the supported minion lingers for 4 seconds after death, or in this case for 4 seconds after weapon swapping. This then means you essentially multiply the number of Spectres you have active permanently, as long as you keep weapon swapping, which you will multiple times per second. So instead of having 2 active Spectres at once, I now have 4, and because I'm constantly weapon swapping, it means the Deathknights attack once and are instantly respawned to attack again without any animation delay or cooldown of any sorts. So they attack really fast and their slams are extremely powerful, as you can see in these clips. And for the Zealots, they're great for clearing, as we also support them with wild shards, giving their projectiles a chance to fire 8 in a circle, and this happens quite often and will happen even more so scaling with the number of them that you have. At first glance, many people will see that I don't have any abilities on my hotbar. Well, apart from Frost Bomb, but I really don't even use that, and it's certainly not required. And what they'll see is me constantly weapon swapping and my Spectres just being spawned and despawned with their abilities going off and whatnot. And they might think to themselves, well, what sort of build is this? He doesn't use any abilities. I mean, he doesn't really do anything apart from weapon swapping. And yeah, they are right, but once you look a bit deeper to see what's really going on, and once you think about how someone, or maybe a small group of people, discovered this, it starts to be really cool. And furthermore, if you just play it, try it out, is a ton of fun to play with. Well, anyway, with that out of my system, I'll quickly cover the defense of this build, as it's not anything particularly new, but it is hella strong. And that's, as I've mentioned, the interaction between two of the nodes on the Lich Ascendancy, Soulless Form and Eternal Life, with Mind over Matter. Firstly, Soulless Form makes it so that you do not inherently have mana regen, rather you regen mana based on 6% of your max life per second, which is a good thing because that's a nice bit of recovery just from scaling max life. So you're already scaling two forms of defense for one. Providing of course you have Mind over Matter, which says you take all damage from mana before life. So now you basically have two life pools and you're getting a good amount of recovery for one of them simply by scaling the other, and the other one being life cannot be moved until you run out of mana. Furthermore, with the next Ascendancy node, Eternal Life, your life now cannot change as long as you have Energy Shield, so even when your mana pool runs out, your life still will not change as long as you have Energy Shield, which in the current state of the game scales to insane numbers of 10, 20, 30 or even 40,000. Now, realistically, in Hardcore SSF or in SSF in general, you will be able to reach at least 20,000 ES, which is plenty. So now, everything in combination, you essentially have 3 life pools, one being just a plainly massive number, your ES, then your mana, which you can scale to be in the several thousands, and then your life, which you can also scale to be in the several thousands, and 6% of that life you'll have as mana regen per second, and your life cannot change as long as you have either mana or energy shield. As a bonus as well, in this build we don't spend any mana at all, since weapon swapping is free and that's all we do, so mana is purely a defensive stat, not a spender. Do you see how crazy this is getting? Alright, to wrap up this video I wanted to tell you about a few updates regarding myself. Yes, I am still working on my Zero to Hero Hardcore SSF series, but in the recent days I've had my graphics card die on me, which did delay everything for a few days. It died on me in the Isle of Kin on my second playthrough. That damn sulfite juiced everything my GPU had. Rest in peace my 3070. On the plus side, I bought myself a 3080 and that thing is crisp. Anyway, you might have seen the first episode of my series where my run ended in Act 3 on the monkey. That damn monkey. That was the Corrupting Cry Warbringer. The second episode is on its way and it's my second run, which, spoiler, ended at level 60, and that was a Shield Wall Warbringer. And the third episode coming after that is going to be on this current character, the weapon swapping Spectres. Hopefully I can delve deep into the end game with this one. But why am I saying all this? Well, I'm going on holiday tomorrow for a week, so unfortunately this is all going to have to be delayed even further, my apologies. And that's why I wanted to update you all. And with all that being said, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, it means a lot. And as always, stay exiled.